All right, that's the news. Here's the weather. Let's go on. Let's get on with the goddamn show. This is Beatallica.
Yeah.
Metallica
If you haven't guessed, it's
and the
obviously a
Beatles.
mashup of the Beatles and Metallica. Yeah.
But it's real people. It's not just like
Yes.
it's not like a DJ just combining two bands together. It's
No,
much it's much more intensive than that.
it was real musicians. Uh, it was founded in 2001 as for like it was like a concert that was doing like kind of like joke bands or whatever that was in like mashup bands. And so these two guys, Michael Tierney and Brian Charles.
I knew a
uh,
Tom Tierney once.
so
No,
did I,
no
actually.
relation.
Yeah. um aka James Lenfield and Ringo Lars. They started this band Beatallica, and basically they took the songs by the Beatles, added like heavy metal guitars, and changed the lyrics slightly, and sang. James Lenfield sings in with kind of like a James Hetfield esque growl, and yeah, they basically just became this thing. And I don't think they kind of intended to like actually become a band and like release albums. I think it was kind of like a one-off thing, but it got so much like popularity, like so many people loved it so much that they kind of like decided to expand it into a band. They've released a couple albums,
Yeah,
a
they've
couple
got
EPs.
Abbey Load,
Hmm.
the Masterful Mystery Tour, and Sergeant Hetfield's Motor Breath Pub Band.
Yep. They also
That's
have
at least what they have up for sale on their website.
a
Uh,
Garage Days Night, which is an EP. Um, they did Beatallica EP, which is basically, they called it also the Gray Album because it's obviously a combination between the Black Album and the White Album.
mhm.
Um, so it was the Gray Album. But they had such songs as Hey Dude, I Want to Choke Your Band, Blackened in the USSR,
The thing that
All You
should
Need
not
Is
let
Blood.
the thing that should not let it be.
Yeah.
You said
All You
all.
Need Is Blood.
Mhm. What else do we get? There's a lot. You go through the whole catalog and you'll find some wacky stuff. They call their fans Beatalibangers, which I'm not sure what the hell that means. But like this is, but yeah, like you said, they started out just as like a joke, that they did
Mhm.
in Milwaukee of all places. Um,
I actually didn't know they started in Milwaukee. I thought they were from the city. So that actually surprises me because Milwaukee is not really known for its expansive music scene, as far as I know.
I don't think
Um,
so.
or even like a metal scene, really. I mean, I don't know any metal bands from Milwaukee, really.
Yeah, I
Um,
can't think of any. Our friend Jocelyn Whitaker probably would. She would probably know. She knew
yeah,
all these weird and eclectic thrash metal bands that I had never heard of, and she introduced me to a lot
like
of
Stygian.
music.
Stygian was a good one.
Yeah, Stygian or like Pyrocandia, which that band
Yeah.
is just all their songs are about STDs. I don't understand why, but I guess they got a lot of STDs.
Oh God,
I,
that's
I don't
just.
I don't know.
I
There's like
hope
a
they're not
whole.
writing for personal
I
experience.
hope not, but I mean the lyrics are pretty detailed. Like there's a song called "Welcome to Crablow City," and I was like,
Oh
oh
God.
Jesus, yeah. I think it took me a while before I realized what the song was about, and then after that, I stopped singing the lyrics out loud.
That's pretty hilarious.
I forget what country they're from. I want to say the Philippines, but I'm not totally sure.
That sounds like, I mean, the Philippines has a couple of weird bands, so I'm not surprised. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah,
Um, so anyway, Milwaukee, yeah, it's not really known as far as I know. I mean, Alice Cooper played there in Wayne's World, so
yes,
and and
I believe the natives called it Milwaukee.
yeah, which means the good earth.
I haven't seen it in a
Um,
long time.
Yeah, it's a really good movie, and
I know.
it's hilarious because that is probably something Alice Cooper would say
Yeah, he's
in
actually
real life.
very, very knowledgeable about things.
Yeah.
We'd have to do a
Anyway,
Wayne's World episode at some point. We'll talk more
oh
about
yeah,
that like down the road.
yeah, yeah. We'll probably do a Wayne's World episode. That would be a good one.
Yeah. So the stage names of these of the Beatallica folks, they're all like they're all like mash like even the names are like mashups of
Mashed
like
up. Yeah.
Metallica and the Beatles. Like the main dude's name is James Lennon Field, an obvious cross
I think it's
between.
I think it's just James Lenfield.
Is it Lenfield? Okay, I thought it was
Yeah,
Lennon Field. Okay.
it's Lenfield.
Then the other guy is Gerg Hammondson, which used to be Kirk Hammondson. He was the original guitar player.
Hmm.
I guess he quit. I hope it's because he quit the band. I don't know if anything happened to any members or anything.
I don't. Yeah,
I
I
don't
think they
think
just
so.
left. They
I
seem to
think
have like a kind of revolving positions, like the guitar and bass have been, several people. It's been
okay,
pretty consistently Ringo, Lars, and James Lenfield, aka Ryan Charles and Michael Tierney, consistently throughout the band's history for, rhythm guitar and drums.
okay.
Um,
And the
but
bass
yeah,
player goes by Cliff McBurtney.
yes, which is obviously
Um,
Cliff Burton and Paul McCartney.
yeah. I think it's interesting that they like gave that they like put those names in the right positions too. I thought like they like even though this whole thing was like kind of like a goofy like just like a joke one off thing, they like put a lot of effort into it,
Yes,
which
yeah,
I think was what really like got them over. I mean, they even wear like the Sergeant Pepper's coats when they play too.
yes, yeah,
I mean, they're of course usually all in black, but like the fact that they went through all the trouble is it's really funny.
yeah. So they've played live a lot all over the place. They actually have done some pretty big tours. Um, they've performed with Motorhead, Testament Creator, Sepultura, LA Guns. Like they've played festivals. Like they actually like kind of. It's funny. They started out at this as this joke, and they kind of ballooned into this giant thing, um, which is pretty rare, I guess, because you don't really when you're doing a band, like if you do like a one-off kind of joke band, you really never intend it to go anywhere. I mean, most people that I know, if you're doing like a side project that is just kind of like a joke, or like just for fun, usually it's like you don't expect it to go anywhere. But here they like I'm pretty sure these guys were actually in other bands too. Like they just kind of like came together and did this as like a separate little thing, and it kind of like now is like their main thing.
Probably.
I don't know, obviously with COVID, I don't know how recently they've been able to play because nothing has been there's been no shows for a year pretty much.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they've done a tour recently. As far as Wikipedia says, it says their most recent activity was 2013, but it does say they're still together as a band. So I would assume that they're still playing, but maybe only doing like local shows or small venues. Well, not right now, obviously, when COVID is not a thing anymore, probably.
Yeah. I mean, they apparently. I don't know if this is last year or this year, but like I'm looking on their website and like apparently they signed to some label called Metal Assault Records, and like they're putting out a new album and they're gonna be doing a tour. They had an EP called like Winter Plunderband, which I guess is like some Christmas stuff.
Hmm.
Um,
It
what
looks like
about
they are playing some shows coming up in Wisconsin. So I guess they're just doing some local shows right now in Milwaukee or in and around Milwaukee.
yeah, I guess. Yeah, their hometown publication, the Shepherd Express, apparently named them the best metal band of 2020. I mean, that's not to discount them, but
Well, I mean, again,
in
they're probably
2020, how
the
many metal bands can you really like really did anything in 2020? But like
it's
good for them.
especially in Milwaukee.
Yeah, but yeah, apparently they've got stuff coming down um, the pike that which is good. I'm glad to see that they're like doing things.
Yeah.
But
Um,
this year is this year, last year too, has just been it's been a rough one for music or for everybody really.
yeah,
I'm glad to see that like they didn't just like hang it up or just say, oh, I don't know, maybe we're not going to do this anymore or whatever. Like I'm glad that they still like were focused on music. Honestly, that's probably the thing that kept them going.
yeah. Well, I imagine, it's probably like they're, again, like you said, like if it kind of became their main like thing, it wasn't just like a side project for them anymore, it was like their main band. So, this is, I'm sure they make some money off of it. I know originally they kind of had a policy that they weren't going to make any money off of it because obviously there's some copyright implications because they're, you know, of what they're doing, the kind of things. But I know now it looks like the albums are available to purchase on their website. So I'm assuming maybe they somehow got around that. I guess this would be a good time to bring up the lawsuit